So, let's have a look now at the Genesis Home Technology Architects model. How do we see the industry and how do we see our role and our partners' role in the industry? To start off with, it's very important to understand that we see the home as the opportunity, not the millionaire. So for us, the home is the opportunity. So we look at the opportunity through the eyes of a number of partner companies and other professional companies working on that home, in that home. So looking at the home as a central point, we can immediately see there's a bunch of professional people and companies working on this home, mostly working together on the home. So we have an installer of technology, we have a builder, we have an architect, we also have an interior designer, we have an electrician, we have somebody who probably designs and installs kitchens, and there's a bunch of other professionals working on the home. So we look at the opportunity of the home through the lens of the professionals working at the home. As a result, it means we are not selling products as in the classical model. What we are doing is we are co-creating, co-designing solutions that fit that particular project, that particular home. So our lens is the same lens as the installer of technology. So we look at a project and we look at solutions for that project. That happens obviously in a partnership with the installers of technology. We need to understand each other and we need to talk about that particular project together to understand what is the right solution. The second thing is, I've mentioned it, we think in terms of solutions and we think in terms of solutions for that opportunity, which is a project, which is a home. Looking at all of this, this installer of technology is our main partner. They have chosen to work with Genesis, HTA, Home Technology Architects, because of what we bring to the table in working on a project. But they also work very often with 2 or 3 builders and architects who are professionals who have the projects and who trust in this installer to deliver the technology component to these homes. In our case, the homes are always 1 million plus because we aim for the mid to high end to extreme high end of the market. So this relationship between the builder and the installer and the architect and the installer is very important. And that's also where we try and play a role. We try to deliver information and services to the architects and the builders, such as demonstrations so that they understand how the homes could be when equipped with technology by their installer of choice. We want them to transmit that information to the people who commission the home. By the way, these homes could be new builds or could be refits. And what we're trying to do is help the installer in their relationship with the builder and the architect to deliver better systems, to spend less time on the whole sales cycle so that the project gets delivered to the installer, we can design the appropriate solution and it gets delivered into the home. In the next video, we will look at how it's also important to work with the installer of technology in the time dimension beyond delivering a system to a home. So as you can see, the home is our focal point. That means we think in terms of a project, we think in terms of solutions for that particular project, that particular home, which is very, very different from pushing products, specs, and looking for millionaires. That's the retail or the classical model. We name our model the surround the project or surround the home model. We want to incorporate the different views of the different professionals on this particular project, and we want to come up with solutions that work for the installer of technology, but also for their partners. So this is the way we see the industry, this is the way we see us and our partners play a role in growing and serving this booming industry. I hope this makes sense.